Hello, hello. Oh, baby! Thank you! And I beat Frank.
Oh my god!
You beat Frank.
He took a point of mine! Oh my god!
Hit that shit, bitch.
All right, we're gonna hit record here, and we're just gonna kick it off because I don't know what the fuck we're talking about today.
Camera good there?
Camera
I
should
have
be
no
good.
idea what's going on either. It's
I know we're useless here.
That did nothing.
It did. I got closer to. I'm getting closer to you. I don't want to get.
Oh, I
Shut
meant
the fuck up, Frank. This is a completely inappropriate podcast, everybody. I'm Tony, along with Mr. Frank. If you say so, I still don't recognize you, fucker. So today we have a wonderful guest on, but before we get to that, we're going to let you know you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com, at completelyinap with 1P on Twitter, at CI Podcast on Instagram, and wherever you find us, you found us. Wherever you found us, you find us. So good for you. Share with your friends because we don't have enough of them. So today we've got David on the podcast. David, for those of you who, well, I guess you wouldn't know because I haven't released any of those two podcasts yet. He is one of my guests that Frank introduced me to. He's a Marine buddy of his, and he introduced me to who practices and believes in the religion of Asatru. Well, not Asatru. We figured this out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not exactly Asatru. Can you clarify that one more time?
I'm just a practicing Norse pagan.
Yeah.
So Asatru is a more modern development because of the need of everybody to because we're classifiers as a species.
Yeah,
so
well,
don't
worry about it. Hey, don't
yeah.
give them too much. Don't give them too much because I need them to run back and fucking listen to my new podcast when that launches.
Yeah. So go check out that other podcast so you can get some knowledge dropped on you. There we go.
That'll be the
Figure it
religion.
out.
That'll be the Religion or Not podcast. Should be up within a month or so, a couple weeks. Hopefully, it doesn't take me too much longer. I got the beats down for the podcast. I just need to throw some guitar riffs over it to see how that comes out. Have the intro, outro done for it, and we'll be all right. But today we are going to be discussing some of his military memories, if that's okay with you, Davey.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you're okay with me calling you Davey.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hey, but you know what? I guess we do have to point out one more time. I guess we covered it on the other podcast. He's not a racist, everybody. He just looks like it.
Yeah, I know, right?
You got the
pale face.
What is that symbol that's on your shirt? Yeah, and your coffee mug.
This is my personal hiking with a Viking logo.
Hiking with the Viking logo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for my Instagram handle, my YouTube, and kind of how I'm known in the outdoor industry.
Wait, motherfucker, you got a YouTube? You didn't even plug that on the last pod.
I don't really plug it much. It's just a little fun thing I do for little things here and there. It's nothing too crazy.
All right, hey, I got a little bit too much pickup. Yeah, we might have been Oh, well, it shouldn't be a problem because we're only doing it on Zoom. Sorry. Anyway, technical trouble.
Wow.
So what the fuck, man? So how old were you when you met Mr. Frank, and where were you at?
Let's see. It was actually right when I got to 2-4, back into the start of 2006. Because I went from Marine Corps basic training to SOI. I passed the recon in doc, went to recon school, got hurt, couldn't finish training, so then they chopped me to 2-4. Got picked up in Fox Company.
Wait, hold on, don't run off too quick. So how did you not finish? You didn't finish?
My left knee blew out during recon training.
Oh fuck! How'd you do that?
Training accident.
What accident?
Yeah, a training accident.
Well, obviously you were in training. Elaborate, please.
Something dropped and my knee went out, and that's about all I really remember of it.
About this shit.
Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it.
Why don't you want to talk about it? This is
it's a very painful memory. It really freaking hurts. Actually, thinking about it hurts my knee. No, we were doing a thing, and I stepped wrong and my knee blew out. That's about the long and short of it. There's nothing really cool or crazy about the story. Like, all of my injuries Well, some of them I actually kind of have a fun story, but the majority of my injuries are literally me just being a weird, uncoordinated newborn giraffe.
So just freak accidents all the way around.
Yep.
So you end up in 2-4.
Mm-hmm.
What's your first memory of meeting my partner here?
I think we're on a working party together. I think we had to go clean up the parking lot for cigarette butts or something along those lines. Something really stupid.
That sounds that sounds about right for Frank's abilities. What does it jive with you? Does it sound about right?
Yeah, because I remember the earliest memory I have of David is that we were in the armory cleaning weapons, and these people were bitching about somebody having long hair, and I looked around and I'm like, who the fuck has long hair, right? And it got to the point. I think it was Hubbard. I don't remember who it was that was telling me.
No, Hubbard came to us after we got back from Iraq. It was probably Hugaboo.
Okay, probably.
That's not a real name, is it?
Yeah. They called him Huggy
is.
Bear. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody was telling me, he's like, what, the new boot, the recon guy, you didn't see him with the long hair? And I'm like, what? No. And then I come to meet you, and it's like, you're the recon guy, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, you don't have long hair.
How long was it?
It's a little bit shorter than what he has now.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just I was well within regs, but because unbeknownst to me, actually, my first introduction to the Fleet Marine Force after SOI was recon school, what we called the Recon Indoc program, RIP. They're at Camp Margarita, and everybody goes there. And if you're in the RIP platoon, your rank and everything doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're an E9 or an E1. Everybody's the same playing field. Huh. And so I'm palling around with E6s, E7s. You know, I'm a brand new, fresh freaking E2 who doesn't know his asshole from an elbow in the military. And I'm like, well, okay, well, we're going to go over here, we're going to run, you know, that's like, okay, bye. You know,
holy
and then
shit,
I get
Popeye just joined the podcast. That was the greatest voice I've ever fucking heard.
Oh, dude, Keegan Barnett, good old K-Bar. He does that voice perfectly. Remember him, Toby?
Yeah.
Barnett. Yeah. Good old Arkansas. What do you call it? Arkansas? Arkansas, something along those. Anyway, and yeah, so I'm in my room. My first roommate was Barnes. And all of a sudden, this guy comes, this short Filipino guy. I can't remember, his last name began with an A. I have no idea. I can't remember his name for the life of me. But short little Filipino guy comes walking into our barracks room. And I walk over, I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name's David. Hi, what's going on? And he's like, what the fuck, brute? Fuck brave rest. I'm like, what the shit's going on? You know, I'm over here like Alfalfa from Power Rangers. Ay.
Alpha, not alfalfa.
Yeah. Oh, Alpha. There you go. Yeah.
Don't blast my Power Rangers.
Hey, I know Tommy. He's a Green Ranger, and you got Jason the Red Ranger. I'm with the OG Power Rangers. This new stuff, I can't understand it. Anyway,
actually, we have I think the Blue Ranger. Jason's son.
Billy was a Blue Ranger.
Yeah, but his real name. Anyway, he's supposed to be here in Harlingen next week.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome.
At my local comic book shop.
Dude, he's like the most underrated Power Ranger, and he like always saved the day, and he always got shit on.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's because he was gay. Apparently.
No, it's because he was a little bitch. No, he wasn't.
No, yeah. He was like the emo, soft, like Karen child.
Right,
is what it was.
The actor ended up quitting because everyone was treated him like shit because he was gay, according to his story.
Oh really?
Wait, he's gay?
Yeah.
What the hell does that matter?
In real life?
No, like behind
the 90s.
Behind the camera.
Oh, behind the scenes. Yeah. Oh, okay. So everyone's like, yeah. But it's the acting world that still matters to them in the 90s. Like,
who knows? Life is strange.
Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, no, I get to the Fleet Marine Force, and this short Filipino guy comes walking in my room, tells me to get a parade rest. I'm like, you're not an NCO. Next thing I know, I'm getting pummeled with fists and other senior Marines flooding into my room because apparently I'm a disrespectful little shit. And that
Wait,
was
so
my
they beat your
introduction
ass?
to 2-4 Fox.
That was your intro?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, dude, Tovey and I came up in a very violent time in the modern Marine Corps.
I don't know. I haven't heard any stories from Toby about fucking getting his ass beat. Have you been whooped a time or two over there?
Well, if you didn't hear my name being shouted, you weren't around enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you getting yelled at isn't the same as fists fucking pummeling you.
Right, but there was such a dislike for me. I don't know why.
Which I never understood. I never understood that.
Yeah, there was such a dislike.
Maybe you haven't spent enough time with him.
No, we spent a lot of time. Actually, we started writing a song together when we got back from Okinawa.
Oh, was he still pretending like he could play music back then?
Yeah, no, we actually had a pretty good little riff going from what I remember.
Yeah, he says that, but I've asked him to bring his guitar here 1,000 times. He says he doesn't know how to play anymore.
No, I haven't played in 3 years. I'm like, I don't know how good I'm gonna be. You know?
It doesn't matter. Shake out the dust. Quit being a bitch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you took the beard off. You gotta restart. You get yourself a smooth face, clean start, fresh slate.
Could be the new.
It's all gravy, baby.
Yeah, get it done, boy. He's so pretty. I've had to look at this dude fucking try and tell girls that he's still like 23 for the last
24.
He keeps trying to convince people that he's 24. This whole time,
I mean, he looks 16 now, but
well, this whole time, yeah, he had this giant ass beard that make him look like 45, and now he shaves the beard. Like, motherfucker, you wanted to convince these women you were so young. You should have shaved the beard off years ago.
Well, even with the beard, some women believed I was 24 because the beard makes you look older. So I had that benefit of the doubt.
That's silly. He's such a silly man. We still haven't. I'm not sure. We haven't divulged his true age yet. I don't think.
I'm 24.
That's what we said last episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
24. You still 24? You celebrating your 24th birthday for the 10th time? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm gonna be 25 this year. I enlisted
you're 25 this year. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't anymore. All right, so David, we're gonna get back to you, man. So, I can't deal with this right now. So what made you decide to join the military? Join the Marine, and then what made you decide the Marines were the faction you wanted to join?
My dad is a Vietnam veteran. He was excuse me. He was an FO in the Army in Vietnam. Got through 2 tours as an FO in Vietnam, which is pretty crazy. Got a couple of awards, this thing, that, and the other. And I'd always wanted to be like my dad. And my older brother, I got to see him graduate from Marine Corps basic training down at San Diego, and got to see my older brother. And I was probably 2nd, 3rd grade at the time. So young me gets to see these fresh United States Marines who just got made and they're drill instructors marching across a parade deck in, sunny San Diego, California. And I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever.
That burned itself in your brain there.
And then in the 5th grade, I got to go on a Tiger cruise from Hawaii to California. Tiger cruise is when they take civilians onto the naval vessel and sail from Hawaii back to California.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then you do some fun little events. Actually got to shoot an M16 for the first time. Got to shoot a 25 millimeter cannon. Got to go through some mortarman drills. Got to sit behind a 240. I got to sit behind 249. Those are machine guns.
Yeah, they fire any of them off with you there?
Yeah. I actually got to shoot them all when I was in the 5th grade. My older brother was one of the leads for the Black Sheep Squadron, one of the lead mechs and mechanics. And I got to sit inside of a Harrier, and I got to sit inside of a Cobra attack helicopter. I got to go all the way up to the bridge and hang out there with the ship's captain for a while.
Your ass like they.
Oh, dude! I just grabbed that jug of Kool-Aid and just drank.
Glug glug.
you know, um, like Thor when he was trying to find some stuff.
All right, so was your
And yeah,
dad
after
was your dad
my
in
dad
the
was in the
army or
army. My dad was in the army.
so what made you go
And
Marine?
my older brother and my father said he wouldn't sign for me to join early because the army was a piss poor version of its former self. The Navy doesn't make real men, and the Air Force, I wanted to be a Marine because I first went to the Marine Corps and I was like, I want to be a medic. And they're like, well, you have to go to the Navy for that. And I said, screw that. I'll be in the infantry.
You have to go to the Navy to be a medic?
Yeah.
So the Marine Corps, we do not have our own dedicated medics because we're a department of the Navy. We're the men's department. And we get augmented corpsmen from the Navy. So you have green side and blue side Navy corpsmen.
Oh,
So
okay.
green side's the Marine Corps, blue side's the Navy, usually called hospital corpsmen.
I love these Marine memory episodes because I learned so fucking much from you guys about shit there's a lot of nuanced fucking bullshittery with you fucking guys.
Oh, dude, we have a very special, like, there's a reason why they give us helmets. We were very, very special.
All right, so what was the first day of training, or what was it like when you got on that bus and stepped off for the first time and
At
started
USMCRD San Diego?
your very first experience with the Marines once you get off the bus? What was that like for you?
It really wasn't anything I wasn't already used to. My dad was a drill sergeant in the Army. So I also was doing a lot of what they call the Pool E program for the Marine Corps for about a better part of a year and a half prior to going to basic training. So I was the most physically fit I'd ever been in my life. I had crammed so much Marine Corps knowledge in my head. You know, I was going to make a career and a full life out of the Marine Corps. I had no other plans.
I'm sorry, what's
I
that
didn't
term?
apply to
Full URA or something? Full.
What, the lifer?
Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
going in with the intent to be a lifer?
I was.
Well, we'll get
And
there. We'll get to the end of the story and why you're not today. But all right, so you can
yeah.
step off the bus. What is your experience like? What do you remember of that?
So they picked us up at the San Diego airport in a bus. And then, which it's really funny because you have the San Diego International Airport. There's a fence across the runway, and then USMCRD San Diego. And it took us like an hour and a half to get to USMCRD San Diego when it's literally on the next fucking block. Because what they'll do is they have us put your head down between your legs. You're not supposed to be looking around or anything like that. And I think they just drove us in a couple of circles for a while. And then they told us to pop our heads up. And all I see is these red lights shining across the front entrance to USMCRD San Diego. And it looks like the gates of hell. I mean, because there's this light fog coming across and everything and just red. And you're just like, well, all right. Then, you know, you get the drill instructor comes on and says, well, you know, gives this whole little spiel. It's the same one that's been said for probably 50 years. And at the end of it, get on my goddamn bus right now. And so everybody gets off the bus. We go stand on the yellow footprints like every single Marine who's graduated USMCRD before us. And as I'm standing on the footprints, I looked down at them and I thought to myself, I wonder if these are the same footprints my brother stood on.
That's beautiful. How much older is your brother for you?
He's about 10 years older than me.
Wow, so a full decade later, you're following his footsteps right there.
Yeah. And so, yeah, actually he might, no, he's probably 15 years older than me.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I have a very weird family dynamic. It's anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
All right, so there was nothing special. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so then we go into receiving. We get, you know, stripped down. We shake out our pockets and everything else. And at the time, my last name was Mayotte because I finally, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I finally was able to change my last name to my father's last name because that's a whole nother story. So my initials were DAM.
Damn.
So when you got to initial everything, I'm just damn. And I'll never forget this drill instructor comes by and he stops and looks down at my paper with, oh, we got a private joker over here. You think you're just going to put damn on everything? You're going to freaking get by? And I was like, that's recruits initials, sir.
You're nervous?
Yeah. I mean, dude,
Hey,
these
don't
so.
say yeah. You started this by saying, "Oh no, I was used to it. My dad was a drill instructor. I was a badass."
Oh no, I was used to the level of intensity and people screaming at me, but that little interaction. I mean, to see a Marine Corps drill instructor when they're in their drill instructing mode,
the element
is a very, very intense thing. And there's no amount of training that you can do that will set you up for basic training. Like I said, I was used to it, but I wasn't, on the same level that I was upon 2 days before graduation to drinking the Kool-Aid, being indoctrinated and learning and being okay with that level of intensity and violence on a day-to-day basis. And that's what sets the Marine Corps apart from every other branch of service. Is the basic training, the level of intensity and the way that they go through and psychologically adjust us, for lack of a better term.
On that vein, what was your first experience of let's call it a hiccup? What was the first time where you're like, fuck, what did I get myself into? Not where it was just nerves and a little nervous from that kind of shit. What time where you questioned your decision?
I remember, so we had this one drill instructor Sergeant Khan. Now, it's interesting how there's a lot of things I don't remember, but there's quite a few clear memories from boot camp that you just never forget.
Sure.
You never forget who your drill instructors are at boot camp. That's just something a Marine will never forget. And drill instructor Sergeant Khan, he had this flame coming down his forearm all the way to his elbow, and we made a fist. It looked like he was the fist was on fire. And this guy was, yeah, exactly. And I remember we're online when we first. So you have your receiving platoon, then you get your main graduate, the class that you're going to be going through. 2114 was mine. And so we get dropped in 2114. I get into my platoon. We were 4th platoon, and we're lining up for initial inspection. We're in our underwear. We got to do the we had a little ditty that we it said, had our hands out. We turn them, all that kind of stuff for inspection. And next thing I know, all of a sudden here comes drill instructor Sergeant Khan, because my rack mate messed up on something. And he ran at full speed and did like this in his core frames, like slid across and stopped right in front of him. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this man is a demon.
Couldn't have cartooned it better.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. And my rack mate was a hyper sweater. Like this dude, like he looked at a pepper and he just started sweating. He just so much. And there was another time that we had to do inverted push-ups. So we had to put our feet on the top rack over top of our foot lockers and we were doing push-ups, the entire platoon. And my rack mate was so sweaty, had literally a puddle of sweat. It was getting to where I couldn't do push-ups, and I slipped and I fell on my face. I'm scrambling to get back up, and next thing I see is drill instructor Sergeant Madrid just stomping towards me. And this dude would look like a corn-fed linebacker from Nebraska, right? Just 6'2", just chiseled beef. I don't even think he had a neck.
Just
next thing I see is him bring his leg back, and the next thing I know, I'm airborne, flipping like an anime character over the top of my. Oh, dude,
he kicked you.
Punted me like it was.
Frank, how did you get away with this shit? How does a guy like that get all this? No, but how does he get his ass fucking? He's all oorah over there, fucking trying to do the best he can. And I know you. Yeah. You weren't all oorah trying to do the best you can. How the fuck did you get away with all this shit?
I didn't. I was always in the quarterdeck getting hazed.
You say hazed.
Fucking day.
You say hazed, but did anybody ever lay a hand on you?
Yes.
I did get smacked on my fucking thumb.
Oh, my poor thumb. This guy's talking about getting
See,
punted
so
across the fucking room.
what Tovey had on his side was that, he just got fucked with constantly, but he was quiet about it. He was like, meh, okay, whatever, I'll go do whatever.
That's how he is on the
I have
podcast, too.
I have a mouth on me. And
Well, therein lies the rub, my friend. Because
yes.
this guy, he's my punching bag on the podcast 9 times out of 10. He just fucking takes it like a fucking good old boy would.
I've always had a mouth on me, and I've always, spoken out against stupid things that I thought were stupid. And that is probably another reason why I after 12 years total time in service, I only made it to E5.
That's what were you, E4, right?
No, I was a E3.
E3? I thought you were.
He was a terminal lance.
Yeah. But apparently, once you get out after some time, you get promoted. And I'm like, why the fuck would you get promoted once you're out? Like, what fucking good is it?
It's not. It's stupid.
All right, so this was basic training, right? What's your most memorable moment in basic training? Was it getting punted across the room?
No, I'd say when I saw the first guy die at basic.
Oh, you did see someone die at basic. I know you told me you heard about it, right?
Yeah, but in my case, it was somebody jumped off a roof.
That's right. That's what you had mentioned.
I don't know what David's case was.
So actually, it was a kid whose dad that I knew back from my hometown. His dad was a sheriff's deputy, and I did stuff through the law enforcement cadet through school, and I knew his dad. And the kid had lost like 180 pounds to join the Marine Corps.
Wow.
And we were on a run doing the backside obstacle course, and him and I were in the rabbit group because we were fast runners. And we're running, and all of a sudden, like I see him kind of like shake his head a little bit, and all of a sudden, he like just face planted.
Damn.
And I turned over, I had tilt chin lift, and I started doing chest compressions, screaming for a drill instructor. Next thing I know, the drill instructor grabs me by the back of my I think he had sweatshirts on because we got boots, using a sweatshirt, and he just tosses me, tells me to go back and lay down. Turn around, sit down, look away. He had an aneurysm.
Shit.
And died right there. And then the next kid, we were standing in line for morning chow in third phase. We were probably about 2 weeks away from graduation. And all we hear is a loud, recruit off deck. And all I see out of the corner of my eye is something falling from a high altitude. And I guess the kid jumped off the third deck, and he caught his chin on the pull-up bars next to the chow hall, and it spun him around, and there was about a 1.5 foot lip of concrete, and just cracked his dome right there.
Gone.
So wait, this was in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
That may have been
so
it.
yeah, I was probably there. Because I remember it was morning chow, and we were marching, and it was like, don't look that way or whatever, because somebody died. Yeah, and it was like, somebody jumped off the roof, third floor, fucking a very high place.
So
somebody jumped off of.
So this happens, and what's going through your mind as far does it affect your mentality going through the rest of it, or is it just have you?
Dude, I'm almost out of boot camp at that point. I'm like, that sucks. I mean, people try to find ways to get out of boot camp constantly. It is a very, very shitty thing to have happened.
Of course.
But there was nothing I could do.
Of course. No, that's not. I mean, that's not what I just wondering if it made you have any.
It screwed me up. I mean, I hadn't even left boot camp yet, and two Marines already dying. Little recruits.
All right. We'll jump past the negative. Let's go to something positive. You graduate.
Yes. So
what was your experience graduating like?
So I actually joined the Marine Corps with one of my good buddies from school on the buddy program, and what we call Visitors Thursday, which is the day before we graduate. I got to hand one of my best friends in the world his Eagle Globe and Anchor because I was his squad leader.
Oh. That's awesome.
in front of both of our families
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
everybody else.
Oh, damn, that actually gave me
So-
chills. That was fucking nice. That's just so, we just heard about two guys fucking dying horrifically, and then all of a sudden, wow, that's so pretty. That's
Great,
beautiful.
yeah.
Man. So who hands you
Um,
your globe and anchor if you're the leader, squad leader?
The drill instructor just gives me mine.
Ah, okay. Not very.
So he walks. Every squad leader walks out with a box, and so we're working out the little box, everything, and then your drill instructor will come up to you. You open the box, they'll hand it to you, then they'll take the box. You pull your piss cutter off, which is the little pointy, like little weird
Vagina looking.
World War II floppy hat.
I love those
Yeah.
hats, man.
Put my globe and anchor on that. And then I put it on. He gave me the box again. I walked alongside him. He'd open it. I'd close it. I'd open, close it. He'd take one, put it down. And we just did that for every person in the squad. So I got to open it and be there when my buddy got hit with it.
That's awesome, man.
So they used to do this, sir. Yeah.
All right. So now we've reached the point of deploy. You're done. You're ready to head out. Where are you sent? What do you do?
So I go home. I go to the School of Infantry at SOI, at Camp Pendleton, California. And I get attached to Delta Company after my time in receiving, which actually one of the Delta Company training NCOs that was there, one of the cadre, is actually going to be going with me on my Olympic hike, Donnie Dust from Alone.
What is this Olympic hike you're referring to?
Will be. So I'm doing a 5-day hot tent bushcrafting camp out in the Olympic Mountains with some folks in the bushcraft community coming in the start of first week of February.
Where's this at?
In the Olympic Mountains here in Washington.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not geographically inclined, so gotta ask those silly questions, I guess.
Yeah, no worries. So we get to SOI. I am an 0311 of basic infantryman. Go through, do all that stuff. They have a screening for the recon program. I go to the recon program. I pass. I didn't hear anything else about it. So nobody says a word to me. Graduation day comes up. We graduate and everything, like, all right, go do whatever. You guys have X amount of time to get to your units, X, Y, and Z. If you need a ride, we'll take you. You have time with your family if they're here, yada, yada, yada. So I find my buddy that I went to high school with again, because he's there as a machine gunner.
All right.
And I was like, hey, man, where are you going? He's like, oh, I just got orders to 1-5. I'm like, oh, man, that's awesome. Because 5th Marines is one of the most decorated units in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
As a regiment. And so I'm like, he's like, yeah, where are you going? I'm like, honestly, man, I have no idea. And as we're talking, the next thing I hear is, where's First Class Mayotte? And I turn around and said, that's me. And he goes, grab your shit, we're going. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I'm the guy taking you to Margarita for recon. I was like, what? So I'm in my Class A's, pick up my duffel bags, throw them in the back of a high-back Humvee, get in the seat, and I just go away.
Now you were saying that some people were going with their families, though?
Yeah, so some people, if your families came down, you could go and, spend a little time with them after graduating, because Marine Corps boot camp is 3 months long. SOI is anywhere, if I remember, it's around 3.5 months long. So you have about 6.5 months of straight training just to become a basic infantryman in the Marine Corps. Now, there's other MOSs where you might have another year's worth of training before you are considered a MOS qualified Marine.
Okay. All right, so they take you, and
then I go do my stuff there at Margarita, put my name on the bone, which is a giant log to simulate Zodiacs, which are the big black rubber boats. Running that thing up and down Margarita Hill between classes and doing stupid stuff, learning how to tie knots and swimming all day, rucking all day, picking up knowledge, learning how to read maps and trying to do memorization drills and learning the recon credo and all that fun stuff. And I'm what they call a roper at that time. And then my knee blows out, and then I go to 2-4.
All right. So how different is what you were expecting to do with recon and then going to 2-4? What is the difference between those two?
So the reconnaissance Marines have a very different mission than the regular line platoons.
Right.
And so I was used to a little bit more laid back environment.
Oh, really?
You know, it was big boy rules. So, you know, if you had to do something, you'd go tell your squad leader at the time, and you guys would get stuff figured out, hashed out, and you'd make sure you were there for training. And then we all lived in a squad bay. They turned the hot water off on us randomly. They called it Spartan training, assholes, because, warm showers are nice. And then we'd go do, then we go to the pool and swim and go do a 12-mile ruck, and then go back and do another swim qual and jump off the high platforms and just do a whole bunch of stuff in the outdoors, learning how to get from point A to point B as fast and as quietly as possible. And then my knee blows out. I go to 2-4. Which I get there as we probably had like 4 months left for a train up to go to Iraq. We became a truck company. So we're doing all the training for that. And
real quick, at this point, this is when you meet Toby here.
Tobias. Yeah.
Okay, just to keep everyone caught up.
And then go on deployment to Iraq. Toby and the rest of the squad goes down to Al Ramadi. I get selected to go to the EOD security element up in Barhuana Haditha. So I go on my separate way. And then, we all came back and got back on the boat, sailed home. We were home for maybe 6 months. And we actually, as soon as we get back, like, oh, by the way, guys, here's a new training package. Fox Company is going to be the boat company, and we're reforming all the platoons. I get sent to 1st platoon. Did you go to headquarters, Toby, or did you stay in 4th?
I went to second.
Okay. And then, Toby and I aren't in 4th platoon together anymore, but we see each other. And then I'm gone training with 1st platoon because we turn into the Maritime Special Strike Force platoon. And our job was to stuff for VBSS, vessel board search and seizure missions. We're there for as an augment for the 2nd Battalion Recon that's stationed there at Okinawa. So we're just off doing our little thing away from the company. I will never forget. We're still back stateside. And we just come back from doing a separate training evolution for all of our stuff. And we get told, we've been gone for like 2.5 weeks or something like that, doing some training out in some bullshit. And we come back and we're told, hey guys, by the way, you have to repack your gear. You're going to the field with the rest of the company. Somebody lost an embedder, which is a sensitive piece of, remember that, Toby? When the lieutenant lost an embedder?
Yeah, I thought it was a radio.
Are you guys there?
Oh, yeah, we're here.
Oh, you just cut out.
Yeah, lost the radio.
An inviter?
Yeah, the radio, big
Okay.
black long radio with long ass.
Yeah, it has a crypto in it, so it's a sensitive item. If somebody grabbed it and was able to hack it, they would be able to learn our frequency hop system that we use.
Shit. That's major problems there.
Yeah. So I'll never forget. Nasty grabbed a big long stick and grabbed a sheet from off the bed and spray painted bullshit on it, and then drew a Lance Corporal chevron underneath it. So it was our bullshit flag. So as we're sweeping this valley on Camp Pendleton for this embedder, all I remember, Nasty, Hugaboo, and a couple other guys are just like, bullshit.
Why?
We were,
But why?
because it was bullshit that we were out there. We weren't involved in losing this embedder, but because we were part of Fox Company, like, oh, we need more bodies. So you guys just got done doing this hard training evolution.
Wow.
Get back out here with the rest of us, because lieutenant, an officer fucked. So all of us enlisted guys had to pay.
Oh man, that's fucked. All right, so this is all.
That's just the dog and pony show of the military, man.
Of course. Go where you're told. So, what is your first experience? What is your first experience like out there in the field? Like, do you get out there fighting, or you said you were search and seizure? So, are you boarding boats and checking them out?
That was part of our training, yes. That was when we went to Okinawa. One of the funnest things we really did was we did Cobra Gold, which was a joint country training evolution where we went to Thailand and trained with the Thai Royal Recon Marines and the Thai Marines. And we were teaching them the stuff that, how to do stuff with the Zodiacs and helicopters and how to do combined assault tactics and all this other stuff. And the Thai Royal Recon Marines are just some awesome, awesome guys. They base everything off the United States Marine Corps, and they believe that we are like these gods of war. And it was very, very humbling to hang out with those guys and to join their noble ranks of Thai warriors after we drank the Cobra's blood with them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, and that's great to go somewhere where you're respected for your prowess as well. This whole time you're being kind of trashed by your own officers and whatnot, and then you go here and you're actually shown some respect from other guys. That's got to feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right,
well, I remember one of the first questions they asked me was which family member I had to kill to become a U.S. Marine.
Oh, they really believe that?
Yes. Yep. Man, I told him it was like some third cousin that I didn't really know.
You fucking asshole. That's great. All right, so
you gotta keep that fear propaganda up, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a benefit to it, right? You hold a position of authority if they believe in things like that. So
right.
At some point, do you get? I know we talked about Frank going to Ramadi. Did you get stationed anywhere out there during anything, or did we?
Yeah, I was up in Barcelona and Haditha and Haklania with. But we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I saw you messing with the wire. I thought we lost you.
Oh yeah, no, I just found it on the ground.
My kids.
Okay. Yeah, no, so I was with an explosive ordnance disposal team in 06-07 up in Barcelona, Haditha, and Haklania, up near the Syrian border there off the Euphrates. And my job was to be security for the EOD techs and make sure that they didn't get hit while they were checking out roadside bombs and escorting them wherever they were needed. So we got cross-trained in demolitions while we were there. We did a couple of raids. We did some pushes. We were outside the wire more than we were inside because there's bombs everywhere in the sand. And then, yeah, we got some calls to some nasty stuff here and there. And, we just did our job. And
don't worry, we won't ask you to go through that at all. That's not the point of this. But I am curious. All right, so let's get to some fun stuff. Are you guys having any prank even out there in the shit? I know that's a little harder to get to, but once you're back, at base, is there any fun to be had out there? What kind of bullshittery did you get up to with your buddies out there?
So when we first got
Other than
to
the bullshit flag.
Yeah, the bullshit that was a lot of fun. Now in country, one of my favorite shenanigans that we pulled. Because there's always that one guy in the smoke pit who never has cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
And so
I learned what a snake pit was.
Well,
you called it a snake pit, fucker.
Yeah, there was in Ramadi. There was a fucking sign there that said snake pit.
They have snake pits all over Iraq.
Yeah, and I thought
the snakes burrow under the sand to keep warm, and they do their little things.
That's not what he was talking about, though.
Yeah, I thought the actual building was called the Snake Pit. So, Rob, I was like, yeah, I remember you from the Snake Pit. And then Rob says, oh, it's just a fancy word for a smoke pit. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, people are funny.
Our innocent Toby.
Oh, did you know Rob?
No, he was.
Did you know Rob?
No, because
he was in a different company by this point.
No,
Yeah,
he was.
No, I was in a different AO.
Oh, AO. What's an AO?
Area
Area
of
of
operation.
operation.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. All right, sorry. We digress.
Yeah, so what we would do every now and then, just as a joke, because we're out there and there's really nothing else to do besides
Got to
screw around,
entertain
you know.
yourself. Yeah, what kind of
Yeah.
entertainment you get up to?
Besides watching the terrible TV show of the OC on DVD with
Oh, good
mobile DVD players.
Wait, were
we
you
would-
being tortured? Were you captured at this point? Why were you watching the OC? Jesus Christ.
girls?
Oh, okay, fair.
Just to
fair.
see girls, man.
All
That's
right.
all it really was.
I'll give you a pass on that one. What are the girls like? So do you? I'm sorry. I'll let you get to your fucking story. I keep cutting you off.
And so we were sitting around one day, and I was like, you know what? I want to. So we unrolled part of a cigarette, and we pulled a round apart and poured some gunpowder into the end of the cigarette, and then repacked it with tobacco. And we took one of our cleaning rods and packed it down, sprinkled and packed it down. And then we got to the smoke pit, and sure enough, there's the vulture. Like, hey, anybody got an extra cigarette? And I was like, yeah, here you go, bud. And handed it to him, and he goes to light it up, and he's smoking, and all of a sudden, just the gunpowder ignites and blows in it. You know, doesn't blow flashes real quick, and throws it. He's like, what the fuck? And everybody gets a good kick out of it and everything. And
That's a good one.
then there's another time we had a guy, Krazik. The guy was just an absolute idiot. And
Always one.
he was annoying all of us one time, so we held him down and took him to his rack.
You held him down in what?
Duct taped him to his rack.
Oh shit! So just good old fashioned horseplay. Nothing too.
Just
too
horseplay, and then we would do stupid things, and like who take the most punches to the stomach before having to quit, or slap contest. I don't know, just stupid stuff just to pass the time. We played a lot of spades. Everybody played spades. That was a lot of fun. I haven't played spades in a long time. Sorry, Mike. Hold on, I gotta grab something real quick.
No, go for it. So how's all this jiving for you, Frank?
Yeah.
Any memories coming back that you haven't shared with us yet that you might want to talk about?
No, just the whole fucking. Oh, there was a. Oh no, but he wasn't there. Never mind.
What the fuck?
My cat. She was
I
scratching.
don't want
the
to
door.
see your put. This is a family show. I don't want to see your pussy.
It's Harry.
It is one hairy put. That is a big kitty.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
Yeah, I
No,
got a
you
kick.
can't go up there.
The last episode we recorded me slinging a roll of tape at my cat over there because he kept making noise in the fucking litter box. Get the fuck out! We're recording, asshole.
Dude, she was like, I had to take the top off of her litter box because for some reason she just likes to scratch the sides of the litter box
Yeah.
like 5 minutes after she goes. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I love cats, but they're fucking annoying.
They're weird.
So-
It's because they never forgot that they used to be worshipped by humans. That's the only reason why.
Oh, is that what it is?
The Egyptians screwed it up for the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, Frank, is there any questions you want to ask your buddy here? Anything you want to bring up?
Not really.
God, you're fine. This is as much as he helps me out in any podcast. Don't think it's special because you're here. He's just as useless all the time. Shit, man. Well, this has been fucking great. Is there anything? All right. So last thing I want to ask you. What got you out of the Marines? You thought you were going to be a lifer.
My mom had cancer for the third time.
Third time. So she beat it twice and it came back one more time.
So I was like, well, I need to go home. I got out of the Marine Corps, and then I was missing the military because it was so ingrained in me ever since I was little. And then I went and joined the Army, which was both a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I went dark side. I went to the Army. And we were on our way to Afghanistan, and I had a training injury, and my shoulder completely tore out. And I had to get orthoscopic surgery and everything done to fix it, and I got medically retired. So I got
before you got deployed, you were out.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I was hoping to get both the Iraq and Afghanistan pumps in, but that just never happened. But now I, have a lovely family and a great home and a great life, and I'm doing a bunch of stuff in the outdoor industry, shooting bows and making camos and all sorts of stuff.
So it seems like you've adapted to civilian life fairly well. Was it an issue that
It's been a long struggle.
How well,
I was a raging, horrible alcoholic who never got anything done with my PTSD. And also my TBI, which I didn't understand at the time, why my memory was so fuzzy all the time. And so the VA wasn't doing anything for me until I got retired from the Army. And I got a VA lawyer and everything, and finally was able to get the help that I needed. And over the last, I'd say, year and a half, I got sober off of alcohol and opiates.
Congratulations.
And I started really diving into archery as a way to rehab my shoulder. And when we were in Okinawa, I went to this archery temple thing. I forgot what they call it. And saw this old, like 90-year-old man pull back a, 100-pound, Japanese longbow and ace target at 80 meters in the dark.
Whoa.
And
that's
like,
an
that's
experience
something I want to do.
Yeah, that's an experience in itself.
And I love archery. I love hunting, love being out in the outdoors, and it's blossomed into an awesome thing for me. I have helped a couple of different companies in the outdoor industry make some gear, refine some gear, and make it better for those around me.
You want to give any shout outs to those companies? Give them I mean, we don't have a huge audience, but any plug is a
Expedition
good plug.
Archery, Serious Archery, Ethics, the EZV Bow Sight, Altera Camo, Q2I Fletchings, Whitewater Archery, Radical Archery Design for Broadheads and Peeps, Blasters Archery.
I didn't expect such an extensive list. You're a busy boy. Well, good on you, man. Now, I know I said the last thing was the last thing, but I got to ask, how old are your kids? How'd you meet your wife? Was it after all this? I mean,
yeah, actually, my wife was actually in Iraq at the same time Toby and I were. She was in the Army down in Baghdad, I think.
So she understands firsthand what you went through and exactly how tough a ride it's been for you. Did she have any struggles with her own experiences?
Yes, we actually, that's one of the things that really is one of the pretty nice things about the dynamic of our relationship. We both have PTSD, and
oh, great.
we both worked through it and have really grown together through those traumas. One day I'm thinking about maybe writing a book called Perfectly Imperfect, a veteran love story.
Hey man, well, no day is better than today. Don't
right.
No reason to put shit off like that. You've got the mindset. You're a wonderful speaker. I could only imagine what would happen if you wrote that shit down. So I'd encourage you to get started today, brother. No time like the present. And if you can, if your wife's interested, I would love to interview her here, man, and get her military memories on this pod. And we've never had a female service member on, so that would be a blessing for us if she'd be willing to do that. But man, I can't thank you.
She's really helped me with herbalism.
Herbalism? You're breaking up there. Herbalism?
I think we're okay. There's everybody again. Yeah. So one of the ways that I would cope the opiate withdrawals and all that stuff, use of medicinal plants, and it really is you learn that you don't need to depend on big pharma to take care of things that ail you.
100%.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. You used passion flower extract to help with the pain and mitigate all that stuff. And there's no addictive consequences of it. It's just a plant, and it helps with. And then I'm using for mental clarity and mood boosting. So
what was it? I'm sorry, man. We keep for some reason we're starting to break. St. John's wort. Okay, yeah. Sorry, we just keep breaking up for some reason.
Works really good for depression.
Wow. All right. Have you experimented with any like lion's mane and chaga mushrooms and turmeric, all that stuff? So you're getting more familiar with all that stuff. That's great, man. Yeah, I actually just decided to cut caffeine out of my life because I realized it was causing quite a bit of anxiety.
This is my wife's coursework for her herbalism degree.
Holy shit, she's a busy woman too. That's amazing, man. Yeah, we've got to have her on. I would love to talk to her. That's right up my alley of things that I've been looking into lately. So, listen, man, we gotta wrap this up. We've been going on for almost an hour now. Not that I couldn't talk to you.
Really? Wow, that flew by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk to you for another 2 easily. I know that. I mean, I knew that from the last time we spoke. I knew this was going to be a good one. But
oh, dude, this is so much fun.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your memories. Thanks for sharing. We're gonna get the fuck out of here though, and hopefully have you on maybe another time, and maybe your wife could join us for her own episode, or both of you could come on. Yeah. Frank, I'm gonna give you one last chance to say something in this fucking episode, Frank.
Something in this fucking episode.
All right. Well, this has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. I've been Tony, along with Mr.
Frank,
and along with Mr. Davey over there, one of the coolest guys we've had on the podcast. Remember, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com, at CI Podcast on Instagram, at Completely Inap on Twitter, and where you find us, you found us. Leave us a 5-star review. They're the only ones that work. The 4, 3, 2, 1. They never work if you click them. Don't even bother trying. We wouldn't lie to you. We love you. Why would we? Remember, you love us too, so show some love. Leave a comment, and remember, Frank, what do we tell the lovely listeners?
Be excellent to each other.
Find your motherfucking happy people. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. Davey, any sign off for you?
I know my channel. Stay safe and shoot straight, folks.
There it is. Stay safe and shoot straight. Much love, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
Everything freeze again.